Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at the main guitar solo that Neal Schon plays in Any Way You Want It. So like a lot of Neal Schon solos, very melodic, but also got some flashy stuff in it that is really kind of pattern based. So it's not that hard to pick up, but it is hard to get up to speed. All right, and this one we're going to take a look at his main guitar solo. In the next lesson we'll take a look at that outro solo, which is really cool too. All right, so let's start here with this beginning phrase, which sounds like this. All right, so he basically slides up here to the 15th fret on the B string, then over to the, basically gonna have a little mini bar across the B string and the high E string at the 15th fret. And the pattern you can be playing, so that's pulling off 17 to 15 on the high E, then pick the B and the high E. Now you can hear on the recording he's really letting all that ring together as much as possible. So these two notes, don't worry about rolling it or muting it, just let them ring together. Now the same thing again, except you're going to pull off from the 19th fret on the high E string. Then back to the same thing again, but this time from the 17th. So we have this. And then he goes into the bend starting at the 17th fret on the high E string. Now he starts the solo here, the main part of the solo here, and when you start doing these bends, they're all really based around that 17th fret on the high E string. He releases the bend, picks it normal. So you just got to know the melody is just all based around the 17th fret. And then he'll actually once, or at the very end, go back to 15, 17. And do one long bend of the 17th fret. So we have this all together. All right, and now we get to the first fast lick in the solo, and it sounds like this. All right, so it's going through two positions of the pentatonic scale. So we're going to basically do a pattern. Now the pattern is going to be this. We're going to be at the 17th fret on the high E, pull off to 15. Then 17, same thing on the B string. Over to 16 on the G, and back to that 15. Now I'm trying to make a pattern out of it. When he picks it, he kind of really does whatever he wants with it. But he's really just kind of going for it, and just kind of. So you're really going to want to get that effect too. So getting it note for note here, but there is kind of a pattern he's basing his fingerings around at least, and you can kind of pick it if you want or whatever, or do mostly legato. He mostly picks it. So we're going to do that pattern. So that's pulling off 17, 15 on the high E and the B, to 16 on the G, to 15 on the B, and then skip back and play that same note with your third finger, and then do basically the same pattern but based out of this, that old familiar minor pentatonic shape. Pulling off 15 to 12, then 14, 12 on the G, to 14 on the D string, back to the G string. So we have this. Now, you might want to add a couple of notes in there at the very end of the run, which he probably does as well. It sounds like he does kind of a roll. When he gets down to there, he goes, you can kind of hear this 14 rolled over to the 14 on the D. And then the 12th fret, and then it goes into this repetitive lick, which is a bend at the 14th fret, And that's a standard blues lick here. Be hammering 12 to 15 on the B, pull back off to 12, over to 14 on the G, into the 15th fret bend. So let me play through what, starting from the fast licks. I'm just going to play through it a little bit slower so you can put it all together. Alright, now from that bend we have this little melodic sequence that he does a lot of this. He'll sequence the same melody note throughout the scale. Kind of went out and finished it there for you. So we're gonna, from that bend, you're gonna pick it and release that note. So that's, and then go to 13, 12, 13, and bend that 13 up. And then we have this. So that's just a quick little 12, 13, 12, 10, and then a pre-bend from the 12th fret, a half step pre-bend and bring it back down to 12. So we have this. All right, now you start these little legato phrases again. So he's doing 10, hammered 12, pull off to 10, over to 10, 12 on the G, and back to that 10 on the B. Move down 2 frets. It's basically the same lick, except you're going to be at 8 and 10 on the B string, so hammering on, pulling off, over to 9 on the G, and back to that 8. Alright. And then here, it's a little bit jumbled on the recording, but it's 7, 9, the Stoops do the same lick. He's probably going for the same lick. So that's hammering 7 to 9 on the G, pull back off to 7, 9 on the D, back to that 7. And then slide 9 to 7, down to the 5. And then kind of repeat that. You're going to slide up 7 to 9, 7, 9, 7 on the G, slide back down 9 to 7 on the D, and the 5th fret there on the D. It kind of slides down the 6th string into that G chord. All right, so just from, after you get to the bend, all right, stay tuned for that outro solo.